Welcome to Nightfall Whisper Tales, a channel that transforms powerful, imaginative stories into calm, cinematic sleep worlds. Here, epic sagas unfold in gentle tones and soothing rhythms, guiding you into restful dreams. If you find comfort in our narrated journeys, please consider liking and subscribing to help support the creation of more tranquil bedtime tales. Let us begin our quiet adventure together. Tonight, we journey into Blood of Elves Part 2, Lessons of Power. You will follow Ciri as she learns the arts of magic, while political intrigue and silent dangers close in from beyond the castle walls. This chapter centers on the moonlit peace of Kaer Morhen's gardens, and the quiet understandings that grow in the spaces between words and watchful hearts. Chapter 1. Whispers in the Night Garden. As dusk softens the ancient stones of Kaer Morhen, shadows drift gently across fragrant herbs and old mossy pathways. The world beyond is held at bay for now, offering sanctuary to those within the fortress walls. Restless and lost in thought, Ciri moves quietly through the garden, the scent of lavender and earth mingling with her memories. Geralt stands nearby, half hidden in the lingering twilight, his watchful eyes tracing Ciri's path. Every movement she makes reminds him how fragile safety can be, even in this most protected of places. He senses both peace and anticipation, as if the castle itself is holding its breath. The evening air shivers with promise, and with the unspoken worries he cannot voice aloud. Crickets hum softly, their song weaving through the hush. Ciri pauses, brushing her hand over dew-covered leaves, feeling the weight and comfort of old magic alive in the earth. Within these garden shadows, a fragile bond is strengthened by silence. Anticipation stirs, blending warmth and uncertainty beneath the silver gaze of the rising moon. The night garden holds its quiet secrets close, for now. Chapter 2. Yennefer's Arrival. The ancient keep of Kaer Morhen sleeps beneath a pale sky, its stones holding the secrets of centuries. Through the swirling mountain mist, Yennefer arrives. Her presence is like a silken thread drawn through a tapestry, firm yet delicate. Each step she takes carries quiet power, as if the entire keep is paying respectful attention to her poised arrival. Change approaches softly. Chapter 2. Yennefer's Arrival. With graceful composure, Yennefer stands at the threshold of Kaer Morhen. The air shivers, aware of the fate that brings her here. She looks upon the silent courtyard, feeling the invisible ties that bind her to Ciri. There is a sense of anticipation, as if destiny itself holds its breath. Old memories and future promises swirl around her, mingling quietly in the stillness. Chapter 2. Yennefer's Arrival. Within the keep's shadowed halls, Yennefer's commanding energy intertwines with the stoic strength of Geralt. Their eyes meet a silent exchange of trust and concern, tangled with ancient memories. Words are soft but meaningful, layered with worries for Ciri and hopes for the future. The past echoes here, whispering that tonight's encounters might shape the destinies of all who dwell within these ancient walls. Chapter 2. Yennefer's Arrival. As Yennefer and Geralt move through the stone corridors, their quiet conversation drifts like a lullaby through the towers. They speak of Ciri, her gifts, her fears, and the burden she carries. Shadows flicker by candlelight, stretching across worn flagstones. Yennefer's warmth promises guidance, while Geralt's presence offers safeguard. Together, they shelter hope in the heart of Kaer Morhen, woven between the fading legends. Chapter 2. Yennefer's Arrival. Outside, night cloaks the keep, the wind carrying distant howls. But inside, Yennefer's arrival marks a new beginning. She glides to Ciri's side, gentle yet unwavering, ready to share wisdom and strength. There is comfort in her embrace, a sense of belonging. The ancient stones listen in silence as fate's delicate threads tighten, promising that the journey for all within these walls has only just begun. Chapter 3. Lessons Beneath the Stars. In the deep hush of the forest, night stretches softly overhead, and the sky glimmers with distant constellations. Yennefer sits beside Ciri in a small clearing, their breaths mingling with the night air. Stars peek through the leafy canopy, while the world below holds its breath. The faint rustle of branches and the chorus of nocturnal insects weave together a tapestry of peace. Yennefer's voice is gentle, a quiet confidence carried on the wind. She invites Ciri to sit cross-legged, to close her eyes and simply breathe. The magic here is not loud or bright. It trickles around them like dew gathering on moss. Ciri follows Yennefer's lead, her small hands resting on her knees as she draws air deep into her belly, matching the tempo of the world that surrounds her. Stars above blink in tranquil wonder, their light filtering down and brushing softly across Ciri's face. She senses the hum of ancient magic in each breath. Yennefer's hand gently steadies her shoulder whenever her mind begins to race. Grass rustles and crickets sing in the calm night, every soothing sound drawing Ciri further into the present moment, anchoring her heart in the gentle rhythms of nature. Yennefer calmly encourages Ciri to imagine her breath as a silver thread, linking her to 1,000 stars overhead. Each inhale brings the energy of the night sky closer, and each exhale grounds her to the earth. Patiently, Yennefer teaches her to sense the pulse of roots beneath her, to feel the quiet strength that old trees lend to those who listen in silence. With each passing minute, Ciri becomes more attuned to the subtle magic around her. The world shrinks to this quiet moment beneath the stars. Guided by Yennefer's wisdom, she discovers serenity in the forest's gentle symphony, learning not power, but peace. Night deepens, wrapping the two of them in an embrace of starlight and wind, and Ciri's confidence quietly grows under Yennefer's watchful gaze. Chapter 4. Fireside Promises. The night settles quietly outside the thick stone walls of Kaer Morhen, but inside, warmth radiates from the great hall's roaring fire. Geralt, Ciri, and Yennefer gather close, their shadows flickering across ancient tapestries. Laughter floats gently between them, a soft thread weaving comfort through the crisp winter air. The flames cast a gentle glow upon their faces, inviting shared stories and long-awaited moments of peace. The lingering tension from the outside world melts away as Geralt leans forward, his voice steady and reassuring. He speaks to Ciri with an unspoken promise in his gaze, vowing silently to protect her from whatever dangers might come. The darkness beyond Kaer Morhen's walls cannot break the safety found here, where the love of a guardian forms an invisible shield, and hope nestles close beside the fire. Yennefer sits beside Ciri, the edges of her robe gently brushing against the young girl's shoulder. Her tone is soothing. She tells tales of distant lands and forgotten spells, each story revealing the gentler side of magic. She assures Ciri that power is not something to fear, but to understand and embrace. The glow of the embers mirrors the newfound trust growing in Ciri's heart. As the log pops in the hearth, Ciri begins to relax, lulled by the cadence of tender words and the rhythm of the burning wood. The great hall, once echoing with battles and training shouts, now becomes a sanctuary of laughter and whispered dreams. Outside, the winds continue their lonely song, but within, only warmth and the promise of family remain, wrapping around the trio like a familiar blanket. In this moment by the fireside, time feels suspended. Ciri listens closely, her fears soothed by the gentle assurances of those who care for her most. The promise to protect, the encouragement to embrace her powers, and the contagious joy of simple togetherness merge. As the night deepens and the embers glow softer, hope lingers in the air, a quiet promise that brighter days await beyond the winter's dark. Chapter 5. The Continent Restless. In the heart of a world that never truly slumbers, shadows creep along ancient walls and over quiet woodlands. Light from burning candles dances in hidden chambers, reflecting secrets exchanged in whispers. Far from the safe haven of Kaer Morhen, rumors grow as swift messengers race between cities and camps, carrying word of Nilfgaard's silent advance and the uneasy stirrings of elven clans in the north. Beneath the watchful stars, the continent holds its breath. In the towns and forests, humble folk hear news from wanderers clothed in secrecy. Old alliances shift like mist on the moors, with suspicion threading through every council and gathering. Tension lingers in the air, each rumor fanning the flames of uncertainty. Nobles and spies alike weigh their words, sensing the fragile peace growing thinner with every passing night. The elves, once proud rulers of the land, now move quietly beneath the canopy of ancient forests. Their unrest grows with every tale of human ambition and encroachment. Small fires flicker in their camps as leaders gather, heads bowed, voices lowered, plans unfolding like the leaves of dawn. They dream of a new future, one where the strength of old magic may yet challenge the tides of conquerors from the south. As Nilfgaard's agents weave through city streets and royal courts, new intrigues bloom in every shadow. Loyalties are tested, oaths given and broken behind closed doors. The ambitions of emperors, frustrated mages, and clever thieves tangle like wild ivy, threatening to choke the fragile peace. With each secret delivered, a new fate is spun. The world holds its breath, waiting for the next move in this silent chess game. Threaded through these schemes is Ciri, distant from the plotting yet tied tightly to its outcome. Even as she seeks understanding of her power, her bloodline binds her to destinies yet unwritten. Across the restless continent, her name slips into conversations, spoken softly but with mounting urgency. The fates of kingdoms and peoples gather around her like a storm, drawing her ever closer to thrones she has never seen. Chapter 6, Sorceress and Student. The night wraps the keep in gentle shadows as Ciri stands before Yennefer in the moonlit practice room. The air hums with the quiet tension of lessons that go beyond words. Yennefer's eyes shimmer with patience as she places a smooth, cold stone onto Ciri's palm, a small, silent challenge that carries the weight of centuries of magical tradition. Ciri breathes slowly, her focus sharpening to a single point, the stone balanced in her open hand. Around them, the world narrows to the subtle gleam of moonlight glancing off the walls and the distant hoot of an owl. With a soft whisper, Yennefer urges Ciri to call forth her power, to let the energy rise from within and surround the stone like a silken veil. A shimmering wisp curls up from Ciri's palm, flickering, delicate and bright. It dances with uncertainty at first, responding to the girl's wavering focus. But Yennefer's voice is calm and steady, her words a lullaby of reassurance. She guides Ciri to let the magic flow gently, not forced, reminding her that real power is found in patience rather than raw intensity. Strain causes the stone to tremble, the wisp to sputter. Ciri wavers, and the stone slips from her grasp, thudding softly onto the rug at her feet. There is no harsh rebuke from Yennefer, only a quiet question. What did you feel? The lesson, she teaches, lives in understanding mistakes, in tracing the path the energy took, and learning to begin anew without fear. The moon glows higher as Ciri repeats the exercise, each time steadier, each misstep met by Yennefer's enduring patience. Energy swirls, lessons deepen, and the bond between them threads tighter with every gentle correction. In the quiet of their midnight world, teacher and student draw closer, power and wisdom passing softly from one hand to the next, as ancient as the stones themselves. Chapter 7, Echoes in the Forest. Beneath a tapestry of shadow and gentle moonlight, Ciri drifts alone between the ancient trunks, each footstep falling silent upon the mossy earth. A hush carries through the woods, distant yet near, soft as a thought and wild as untamed dreams. Whispers curl between the boughs, fragments of lost spells or secrets from the world that hides just out of sight. Ciri pauses, heart fluttering as she senses the raw energy threading the air. The wind weaves through silvered branches, bringing voice of some kind, some warning, all haunting. She shuts her eyes and lets the ancient pulse of the earth roam through her spirit, feeling both awe and a tremor of fear. The forest speaks in riddles, its language steeped in memories far older than her own. Soft footsteps approach from behind, padding quietly over roots and fallen needles. It is Geralt, the Witcher, his presence both a comfort and a shield. He crouches beside Ciri, gentle yet watchful, his voice barely above a whisper. He asks her what she hears, knowing well how magic lingers in these woods and how it hungers for listeners, especially ones as gifted as her. Geralt speaks soothingly, drawing Ciri away from the edge of dreams. He reminds her that not all who whisper in the darkness wish her well. Some seek to lead astray, while others offer guidance wrapped in danger. His words weigh steady and calm. He promises that while she may hear strange things, she is never alone while he stands by her side, guarding her from shadows. A sense of tranquility settles as the moon rides higher, painting silver paths upon the undergrowth. Geralt places a gentle hand on Ciri's shoulder, guiding her back onto the safer trails. The night is alive but no longer menacing. With every cautious step, Ciri learns that the forest's echoes hold both peril and wisdom, and with Geralt, she can walk bravely among them. Chapter 8, Dreams of the Lion Cub. In the gentle shadows before dawn, Ciri tosses in restless sleep. Whispers of battle cries and ancient song drift through her dreams, painting vivid visions over closing eyes. A lion cub, alone on distant battlefields, glimpses forgotten ruins cloaked in silver mist. Each dream feels more real than the last, filling her with wonder and uncertainty, and breathing echoes of forgotten magic into her night. As the dream deepens, Ciri finds herself wandering through twisted elven arches, their carvings aglow with meaning just beyond her grasp. The world pulses with silent power, and voices call to her from the mists. She reaches out, fingers brushing symbols that seem to burn into memory. Fear and curiosity blend together, joining the ancient rhythm that thrums beneath every ruined stone, her destiny unfolding in silence. Suddenly, the landscape of her dream shifts. The echoing thunder of conflict fades, replaced by a quiet warmth. Colors radiate from her vision, emerald green and midnight blue, hinting at secret paths through history and fate. The lion cub's shadow flickers beside her. In the distance, the faint outline of Yennefer appears, her presence comforting, a lighthouse in the storm of Ciri's subconscious world. Yennefer gently wakes Ciri, her soft voice breaking the spell of the dream. With patient hands, she helps Ciri recall every detail, the battlefield, the ruins, the runes burning bright. Yennefer listens closely, piecing together the riddles woven through Ciri's vision. She speaks of magic as a thread connecting past and future, guiding Ciri to trust the strange language her dreams are teaching her. As day breaks, light creeps along the floorboards and hope fills the quiet room. Yennefer reassures Ciri that visions like these are gift signs. Her magic is awakening and calling to the deeper currents of the world. Together, they sit with the dawn, mapping the boundaries of dream and reality. Every symbol and glimpse of destiny becomes a stepping stone toward the mysteries waiting beyond the horizon. Chapter 9. The Gathering Storm. Within the ancient walls of Kaer Morhen, tension gathers like morning mist. Recent whispers drift in, unsettling even the fortress' most resilient hearts. Nilfgaard, ever bold, begins to stir beyond its borders, casting a looming shadow that now threatens the safe haven Geralt and his companions call home. The air is filled with quiet urgency as everyone senses the delicate balance of their sanctuary teetering. In the muted glow of lamplight, Geralt and Yennefer stand face to face in a quiet alcove, their voices hushed but laden with gravity. Together they pass through reports of Nilfgaard's maneuvers, debating the right course. Should loyalty dictate their next move, or must strategy take precedence? Each word exchanged weaves a web of possibility and consequence, the fate of Kaer Morhen balancing on every thoughtful pause. Beyond the thick stone walls the night deepens, yet Ciri's restless heart keeps her awake. Quiet as a shadow, she drifts near the council chamber, where Geralt and Yennefer's conversation seeps through ancient wood. As she listens, the world that once felt distant and safe sharpens with danger. Ciri's fear grows, not only for herself, but for those she has come to love so fiercely within these walls. The stronghold's seasoned veterans gather, their expressions grave as they process the gathering storm. Each warrior knows that the world beyond may soon breach these hallowed corridors. They speak not only of battle plans, but of what it truly means to protect the sanctuary both for Ciri and for their legacy. In this hush, every shared glance holds hope and steely resolve, threads binding them together against the coming dark. As the night winds carry uncertainty past ancient ramparts, Geralt gazes out into the dusky forest. He feels the weight of responsibility pressing heavier with every passing moment. Yennefer joins him, silent for a moment, before softly assuring him they will find a way forward. Together they stand watch, determined that the storm will not claim what they cherish most, for even in the darkest hours, bonds of found family burn brightest. Chapter 10. Moonlit Bonds. One quiet night beneath the silver glow of the moon, Ciri slipped away from the ancient stones of Kaer Morhen. The castle's weight faded behind her as the cool forest air welcomed her steps, soft and uncertain. She wandered under swaying branches, the world hushed except for the distant hoot of an owl. Unseen but ever watchful, Geralt followed, ensuring she was never truly alone in the night. As Ciri paused in a clearing, bathed in moonlight, Geralt emerged from the shadows. Wordlessly he settled beside her, both listening to the gentle rustle of leaves overhead. The forest felt like a living presence, ancient and comforting, wrapping them in quiet calm. It was here, far from training and duty, that they found a rare moment of peace. Ciri glanced at her guardian, trusting him with the thoughts she had held inside. The moonlight painted Ciri's hair silver as she spoke of her fears of power she did not yet understand, of destinies twisting out of sight. Geralt listened with patience, his voice soft and reassuring as he shared his own uncertainties. Beneath those gentle bows, they discovered that even witches could not predict every path, nor shield those they loved from every shadow. Together, they found courage in honesty. Their laughter soon mingled with the nighttime chorus, each story and secret exchange deepening the roots of their trust. Geralt reminded Ciri that she was never alone, no matter how far she wandered. Ciri, in turn, helped him remember the warmth found in companionship. As the wind murmured its lullaby through the branches, they leaned into the comfort of their bond, knowing it would guide them through whatever storm lay ahead. When the night grew colder, Geralt gently offered his cloak, and together they watched the stars drift behind passing clouds. With each heartbeat, their fears loosened and their hopes grew stronger. Ciri realized strength was not only found in swordplay or magic, but in the quiet trust she felt here, beside Geralt. Under the moon's watchful gaze, their bond, forged through both joy and hardship, gleamed brighter than ever before. Chapter 11. Yennefer's Candlelit Council. In the stillness of a quiet study where the only sound is the gentle scratch of a quill and the steady flicker of candlelight, Yennefer and Ciri sit surrounded by ancient tomes and curious vials. The soft golden glow casts long shadows on the walls, wrapping the room in warmth and secrecy. Tonight, knowledge and trust are shared in every careful word and earnest glance. With each turn of a delicate page, Ciri's world opens just a little wider. Yennefer's calm voice carries wisdom as she explains the delicate nature of magic, how power offers endless possibilities, but each path has consequences. Ciri listens, her gaze fixed not just on the ingredients scattered before them, but on the stories quietly unfolding in her mentor's gentle tone. Every lesson here is both invitation and warning. The candle's glow reflects in Yennefer's eyes as she selects a small vial, sharing with Ciri a story from her own pastone woven with both sorrow and hope. She confides how her gifts once felt like a burden, teaching her the importance of restraint and kindness. She encourages Ciri to listen to her heart, to see her powers not as weapons but as precious tools meant to protect and heal those she cherishes. Ciri, nestled among the cushions and spellbooks, asks quiet questions about temptation and fear. Yennefer's answers are gentle, shaped by long years and quiet regret. She describes that every choice made in magic leaves a mark, sometimes invisible, sometimes lingering in dreams. The flickering candlelight softens the edges of the room, turning their conversation into a private haven of warmth, honesty, and growing understanding. The lesson ends not with a warning, but with comfort. Yennefer assures Ciri that even the greatest sorceresses once made mistakes, and that redemption is found in learning and love. As the candle burns low, silence falls between them, peaceful and full of promise. Surrounded by the gentle embrace of shadows and whispered history, Ciri holds on to her new wisdom, knowing she will never have to face these mysteries alone. Chapter 12. The Shadows Awaken. Under the moon's gentle gaze, silent shadows gather beyond the ancient walls of Kaer Morhen. Distant wars have stirred them, sending dark figures creeping through the cold mist. Within these halls, every stone remembers danger. Tonight, Geralt stands vigilant, every sense alert, ready to protect Ciri from anything the darkness brings. The night is heavy, tense, uncertainty seeps through every frost-touched crack. Ciri lies restless in her chamber, haunted by echoes of lessons and whispered fears. Outside, Geralt moves like a silent ghost upon the battlements. His eyes pierce the gloom, following the shifting forms edging nearer. Each breath he takes, he measures the threat, his mind calm, movements precise. To Ciri, Geralt's presence is constant comfort, a silent promise against the encroaching unknown that stalks these ancient nights. A sudden clang breaks the silence, steel meeting steel at the gate. Dark silhouettes test the fortress's strength. Geralt's blade flashes only when needed, no more than a warning glint in the moonlight. He dispatches the intruders with measured motion and restraint, determined not to wake those who sleep or invite needless violence. Each foe falls quietly, a brief shadow vanquished in Kaer Morhen's long vigil. Within her chamber, Ciri senses the danger even through thick stone walls. Her pulse quickens, mind swirling with visions both real and imagined. She recalls the lessons of Yennefer and the stories Vesemir shared. Tonight, she learns silently what it means to be protected, what must be sacrificed to keep her safe. The distant clash of swords is a lullaby of resolve, soothing her restless spirit while awakening her understanding. As dawn nears, the threat recedes. Silence returns to the stronghold. Geralt cleans his sword, hands steady and mind burdened by thoughts unspoken. Ciri awakens to a world secured by effort she scarcely witnessed. The night's danger lingers only as a warning, but also a reassurance. Her guardians remain vigilant, shadows themselves when needed, keeping her safe so she can continue learning, growing, and dreaming beneath Kaer Morhen's watchful towers. Chapter 13. Strength and Stillness. The night is wrapped in quiet shadows as Ciri sits beside Yennefer, the recent attack replaying in echoes of fear within her mind. Each whisper of wind through the trees feels like a reminder of her vulnerability. Doubt settles in her chest, heavy and uncertain. She wonders if her power is enough, or if she even understands it at all. Stillness lingers, waiting to reveal its lesson. With gentle patience, Yennefer beckons Ciri to pause and listen, not to the worries racing through her heart, but to the pulse of the earth beneath her. Together, they sit in the moon-dappled clearing, letting the world slow to a hush. Yennefer's voice is low and soothing, guiding Ciri's breathing until each inhale feels anchored. The ground beneath offers calm assurance, steadying her trembling spirit. Silence becomes its own language, soft and steady, weaving through the swaying branches overhead. Yennefer shares ancient rituals of grounding, her hands moving gently as she traces symbols in the cool earth. Ciri follows, hands pressed to the soil, feeling the gentle thrum of magic layered within the world. Surrounded by the night, the act feels sacred. Fear loosens its grip, replaced by quiet strength. As the wind whispers above, Yennefer teaches Ciri the art of protection that begins from within. Through calm words and graceful gestures, she passes on the methods to shield her mind from doubt and her heart from panic. Ciri visualizes glowing threads of light weaving a gentle barrier around her, spun from stillness and hope. Each moment settles her further, courage blooming quietly in the shelter of night. In this cocoon of calm, Ciri learns the true meaning of strength found in stillness, not in battle, but in the gentle acceptance of her fears and doubts. Night continues its soft song through the trees as Ciri's breaths deepen, anchored by the quiet rituals she has learned. Renewed and steadied, she rises with Yennefer's guidance, a soft determination glimmering in her eyes, quiet but unbreakable. Chapter 14. Farewell to Shadows. Kaer Morhen breathes easy at last, with threats momentarily gone. The cold stones that once echoed with tension now feel gentler, shaped by the laughter and quiet conversation of those within. Moonlight spills through ancient windows, bathing the keep in softness. Geralt, Yennefer, and Ciri gather by the glass, aware of both danger survived and the deep comfort they have found in each other. Ciri leans against the windowsill, her eyes tracing familiar constellations twinkling above the keep. Geralt sits nearby, silent but attentive, as Yennefer weaves gentle words through the hush. Their silhouettes are dappled by shifting starlight, creating a scene of peace. The world outside remains wild, but within these walls a sense of belonging grows, their unspoken bond bringing warmth to everyone gathered in this found family. Yennefer's gaze lingers softly on Ciri, as if reassuring herself that the girl is truly safe. Geralt's presence is solid and calm, anchoring the night with quiet strength. Ciri breathes deeply, releasing remnants of fear. Together, they watch the shadowy mountains in the distance fade into gentle silhouettes. For a brief while, time feels suspended, filled only with the gentle rustle of wind and the hopeful glimmer of stars overhead. Soft laughter drifts between the three of them, mingling with the peaceful quiet that fills Kaer Morhen. Stories from old battles and memories of lost friends are whispered, memories flickering like candlelight against the dusk. Every glance and smile speaks of gratitude for having each other. In this moment, the fortress is not just a place of training and conflict, but a true home, held together by trust, forgiveness, and hope for the future. A gentle silence settles as the night deepens. The troubles of the world feel distant now, replaced by the certainty of their companionship. Ciri, comforted by the presence of her mentors, closes her eyes as the quiet wraps around her like a familiar blanket. Geralt and Yennefer exchange a knowing look, hearts softened by the sense of family they have discovered together, awaiting the slow, golden promise of another dawn. Chapter 15. Dawn Beyond the Walls. Morning breaks gently over Kaer Morhen, a soft mist weaving through the ancient stones. Ciri stands on the rampart, eyes wide to the glow of new beginnings. Her shoulders no longer carry only the weight of survival, but bear the calm strength she has earned. Each breath she takes is filled with hope, shimmering quietly in the silver light of dawn, her journey shaped by the magic and love found within these walls. The world beyond the fortress seems both unknown and welcoming, a tapestry of forests and fate stretching in all directions. Ciri's memories whisper of Yennefer's gentle lessons, of Geralt's unwavering vigil, of laughter echoing through shadowed corridors. The morning air hums with anticipation, every sound promising something new. With each passing moment, her courage grows not loud or boastful, but as steady as the sun that warms the stone beneath her feet. Mist curls around Ciri's boots as she descends the battlements for the last time. Each step feels softer than the one before, as if the earth itself is coaxing her forward. The forest treetops glisten with droplets, beckoning her with memories of magic and freedom. She pauses, feeling the quiet pulse of power just beneath her skin, a gift woven through every lesson, every act of kindness shared within Kaer Morhen's safe embrace. Ciri glances back at the old keep, her gaze lingering in gratitude and gentle farewell. Here, she learned to trust not only in her sword or sorcery, but in the hearts that kept her safe. The horizon stretches before her like an endless invitation, colored with possibility and peace. Each memory lingers warmly, Yennefer's embrace, Geralt's silent support reminding her she is never truly alone as she steps beyond the walls to meet her fate. Beneath the rising sun, Ciri's silhouette moves forward, leaving the cradle of yesterday for the promise of tomorrow. The silence around her isn't empty but filled with the gentle echo of love and hope, guiding her every step. As the story closes, she shines with newfound wisdom and quiet strength, ready to face the world's shadows with serenity. Her adventure continues, wrapped in calm anticipation, the power of magic and love lighting her way ahead.